everybody and welcome to this new video. Today I will be reviewing this lens right here I'm filming with right now, the Panasonic 20mm f1.7. However, before we get to the actual review, I thought why not capture some B-roll so that you can see what this lens is capable of. Spring as soon as you have this stuff everywhere. But anyway, I think I might be able to get some low light inside of the garage now, so let's try that out. So that's enough low light, and I'd say now let's go back in and start talking about this lens, what I like about it, what I do not like about it, sadly there are a few things, and what else I have captured with this lens by now. So I'm back in my room now, and yeah, let's get straight to the review of this lens. I've taken it off now. I'm filming with the 14 to 140mm lens right now, the kit lens from Panasonic, and so that I can hold this in my hand so that I can show you. You can already see it's tiny, and I personally like that. It even came with a nice little pouch. You can actually put it in here. It's a nice thing from Panasonic. I like it. And yeah, so all in all, I can definitely say I'm really satisfied with this purchase. I bought it about 2 months ago maybe, and yeah, the reason why I bought it was definitely the low aperture, of course. So if you see here, it's got a nice big hole. I mean, it's nothing compared to the full frame lenses, but still, it's good enough for micro four thirds. So once again, this is the 20mm f1.7. 20mm on micro four thirds. That means it's equivalent to 40mm on a full frame, which is actually quite an untypical focal length, but in my opinion, it's amazing. So let's get to the reasons why you definitely should buy this lens, and that is of course the reason why I bought this lens, the f1.7. It's good in low light and it's got an amazing bokeh. Its shallow depth of field is beautiful. You can definitely separate the foreground from the background really nicely with the f1.7, much better than with this lens, which I was really looking for, because this lens with 3.5, I mean you can get some especially if you zoom in, but this just again has a different look to it, the shallow depth of field. I've taken lots of portraits with this lens, so yeah, in case you're wondering what this lens is for or what I would recommend it for, I can definitely say it's pretty much good for anything. I mean, I've done architecture with it. I mean, I don't do much of that anyway, but I've done mainly portraits with it, which is maybe untypical because you normally do portraits with maybe an 85mm, something like that. But it works amazing with this, and I'm really liking it. And also I've even done event photography with this 2 weeks ago and last week, if you remember the video with Killian, where I was shooting at his show at a ball. Here are some photos from him. I was using this lens because of its low light capabilities, and I can definitely approve. They are stunning. Some things you should consider though which are not that good with this lens is, for example, the autofocus. I mean, many reviews have said that the autofocus is very slow, and I do not think that. I think it's fast enough, definitely. I mean, it's not as fast as this lens, and I'm sure there are lenses with faster autofocuses, but this is not slow. I mean, it's fine. But what I'm talking about as a bad thing about the autofocus is in really low light. 1 week ago I was shooting an event and I was in a pitch black club, you could say, or a disco, and you can imagine it's super low light. I was shooting with flash and there weren't any other lights really actually lighting the subjects, so the autofocus really struggled, and it took like up to 3 seconds to actually focus. That was like the extreme times. Sometimes it really took 3 seconds. So I was standing here like, okay guys, group photo. They were waiting, still waiting, and then I finally snapped the photo because the autofocus took so long. But yeah, that's something you should consider. And something else you should consider, maybe I'm just too dumb to find out, but I haven't figured out how to attach a filter on this. So for example, an ND filter would definitely be important when I'm filming with f1.7 during the day. I don't know, but there is nothing I can actually screw a filter on. I've tried it, but I don't really see any. I do not really see any possibility to screw a filter on here. So that's definitely a very big thing to consider. So in case you're using filters, this lens, as far as I've seen, doesn't take filters. I mean, maybe you'll find out a way how to do it. I haven't figured it out, or I'm just too dumb, I don't know, but that's one thing to consider. But all in all, I can definitely say the lens has done an amazing job in the last 2 months I've purchased it. I definitely do not regret my purchase, and I can definitely recommend it to you. And there is also one thing you should consider, which is the price, because you need to know that this lens isn't a very low budget lens. It costs just under 300 bucks, so it's not super expensive, but there is the other possibility of the 25mm f1.7 from Panasonic, which costs about 160, 170 bucks, so keep that in consideration. It's just 5mm more, just I didn't want those 5mm, so that's why I chose this lens. But in case you're on a really low budget, I think you might prefer that one, because I suppose it's gonna have very similar photos, very similar look. I don't really know because I don't have it, but just in case you're wondering if there's a cheaper version of this, that's a very close, that lens is very close to this lens, just quite a bit cheaper. But yeah, that's pretty much it. In case you liked this video, you heard some sort of valuable information, don't forget to like this video. And in case you want to see more reviews, or in case you want to see some vlogs, some small travel videos, or some other things, what else do I have, tutorials? In case you want to see that stuff, don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, see you next week. Goodbye.